welcome to this episode of The Daily. My name is Brendan Malone. Well, I've been thinking a lot lately about Star Wars, the Star Wars movie universe, and the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And I actually have this strong feeling, call it what you want. I'm going to make a prediction here today that some people are not going to like. Some people might not agree with me, but I think it's going to come true. And my prediction is this, that both the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the Star Wars Cinematic Universe, they are both going to hit a critical mass with the audiences. There is just going to be too many movies made at some point, and we are going to, as an audience, be going, yeah, it's another Star Wars movie, or, oh, it's another Marvel movie. There are only so many versions of these stories that you can tell. Now, to be fair, Star Wars is really just starting out on this journey, and we had a really bad taste in our mouth from the prequels, and so there is sort of a bit more of a desire, I think, at the moment for Star Wars content. And I think Star Wars has the potential, because of how the Star Wars universe is constructed, to perhaps go a little bit longer, or to go a bit wider in its scope, and exploring and fleshing out certain stories. However, they are very limited. That will still come to an end. Marvel is a lot further down that track. They've produced a lot more movies to date. They are now at a point where I think they are very close to hitting critical mass with their audience. And when they hit critical mass, what's going to happen is the audiences are just going to look at what's coming out, and they're going to go, okay, it's another Marvel film. Now, and I know particularly for the fanboys, they're probably not going to like that. And at the moment, it may not feel that way. And they probably believe in their heart of hearts, no, there will never come a day when we have too many Marvel movies. People will always love Marvel, and they'll keep producing great movies, and it'll keep happening, and people will keep going and paying money to see these films. I actually don't think that's going to happen at all. There is going to come a point. Now, the diehard comic book fans might keep going, but I think that general wider audience, sooner or later, is going to drop off. And I'll tell you why that's going to happen. Because by creating this massive cinematic universe and saying we are just going to keep tuning out movies every year, year after year after year, we're going to keep making movies that involve the same or very similar characters that are operating in the same or very similar universes, that very clearly have our tone and stamp all over them, then you are effectively turning movie making into a consumer-driven enterprise rather than an artistic one. No longer is it about the artistic factor being the primary motivation. Obviously, there's always going to be a balance, and there's always going to be a tension between making money and the artistic motivations behind a film, because you obviously got to make money to produce movies. But once what they've done now, I think, is they've really stripped out a lot of that tension, and it really is about producing product, producing more and more and more product. And when you do that, you actually turn movie viewers, movie watchers, audience members, we become consumers. We become consumers of products. And we know how this goes. If the product that you are tuning out is just the same year after year after year, it's the same type of thing, then sooner or later the consumer goes, yeah, I'm not interested. This is not divergent enough. This is not new enough. This is not interesting enough. And your market share goes stale, or it simply drops off. And I think that's the reality of what is going to happen. I don't like that fact, and I wish that they would actually slow down and take their time and return to a more artistic, endeavour-focused venture. But I guess that's the nature of the beast these days when you're making movies and you're dealing with such huge budgets. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow on The Daily.